Covering news where you live, this is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. A roughly $2 billion theme park will soon be coming to a spot near the northeastern Oklahoma town of Bonita. The developers of American Heartland Theme Park and Resort expect it to bring in millions of guests each year to the town of just 5,000 people. The developer says visitors can expect an Americana-themed environment when the park opens its doors to guests.
The theme park is going to be based on different lands, Liberty Village as you enter the park through the main entrance, the Great Plains area, the Bayou Bay, Big Timber Falls, the Stony Point Harbor. We have a 4-star hotel with a boardwalk that will be there.
Now, the park will also feature an RV park and campground that's set to open in 2025. Officials are touting it as the largest in central U.S. The theme park and resort is scheduled to welcome guests the following year in 2026. All right, before we get to other news, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Stephen Amshire. And Stephen, looks like some rain today.
Yeah, we're going to start out with some rain and some storms, Joe, for this morning. As we move towards the middle parts of the day, though, for northwest Arkansas, going to see those storms move out. Just going to be left with the cloud coverage for the afternoon. And temperature-wise, man, we're looking great. We're going to be well below average for today, seeing highs mainly into the low 80s across northwest Arkansas. We just got to deal with those storms to start out. For the River Valley, we'll see that front that's moving through with those storms push in as we go more into the afternoon. So throughout the morning into early afternoon, we're seeing temperatures mainly into the 80s as we see some of those showers and storms lingering around as we go more towards your peak daytime heating, looking at the mid to upper 80s across the River Valley. Going to deal with some cloud coverage through most of the day as we go more towards the evening and into the start of the overnight. Going to see those clouds beginning to push out. But high temperature wise across the area, I won't be surprised if a few spots in northwest Arkansas as that front moves in, just staying to the 70s all day long. But most of us will be into the 80s. For the River Valley, most of us should be into the upper 80s. I think the 90s will be unlikely because that front will be moving through pretty early in the afternoon. A lot of us will have plenty of time to stay cool throughout the rest of the day for today. But as we move into your weekend, looking nice for Saturday as well. Going to see a few spotty showers to start the day off, but as we go into your afternoon, temperature-wise, mainly going to be into the 80s, mid-80s for northwest Arkansas, close to the 90s for the River Valley, but a lot of us stay into the 80s. Lots of sunshine for tomorrow. As we move into Sunday as well, we're going to be dealing with some warmer temperatures back into the low 90s for a few spots, but again, dry through most of this weekend. Now back over to you, Joe, with another look at today's headlines.
All right, thanks so much, Stephen. Well, for those of us who did become instant millionaires or even billionaires for the Powerball jackpot this week, there may still be hope. The Mega Millions drawing is tonight, and CBS's Astrid Martinez tells us how many are hoping for a little double Dutch luck as Mega Millions jackpot continues to climb.
Lottery dreamers have their eyes on another prize.
I'm gonna get
5 of the Mega.
Yes.
After a winning ticket for the $1.8 billion Powerball jackpot was sold.
Hope, you have to be hopeful and wish that maybe you'll hit it. Dream big.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot sits at $720 million, making it the game's 5th highest payout. People are piling up at stores ahead of the drawing.
Because you can't win if you don't play.
All eyes were on Wednesday's Powerball until all 6 magic numbers were sold at this tiny mini market in Los Angeles, just a few blocks from Skid Row. The store's owners, a mother and daughter duo, became popular overnight, as well as millionaires, claiming their $1 million check. They immediately turned around and started selling more lottery tickets.
For us, no change. Life is keep going. We are like a normal any other person, so we keep going. That's it.
The winning numbers were 7, 10, 11, 13, and 24, with a Powerball of 24. But the mystery winner has not stepped forward.
So they have to claim the prize and then go through a vetting process at the California Lottery to ensure they are the legitimate winner.
The soon-to-be billionaire will choose between the $516.8 million lump sum or an annuity of $1.8 billion spread over 3 decades. Astrid Martinez, CBS News.
Well, also 2 tickets sold in Arkansas winning prizes in Wednesday's drawing. They were sold in Little Rock and Salem. The tickets each matched 4 white balls and the Powerball, winning $50,000. And it is typical to hear from animal shelters that they're always looking for more foster homes and adoptions for their pets. But right now, that need is at a critical level for Fayetteville Animal Services. They're running out of room for their dogs, some who have been sitting inside of these kennels for months, waiting for a future owner to notice them. 5 News anchor Alexandra Burnley takes a closer look.
We've had animals like Boston. He's been here since January. I've never seen a dog sit here for 6 months like that. And he's a good dog. He loves other dogs. It's just been really slow.
Shelter management wrote to followers on Facebook this week that they've had a steady stream of dogs coming in, but not adopted out.
We only have 40 kennels for dogs. That includes space for stray animals. So 38, that's really maxing it out.
The program's administrator says when it comes to owners surrendering their dogs to the shelter, she believes the housing market is playing a factor right now. Most rentals charge monthly pet fees on top of a one-time pet security deposit fee, which can be hundreds of dollars. Another situation is the continued trend of people surrendering the pets they adopted during the pandemic because they aren't working from home anymore.
A lot of the dogs that we get are young. We don't get a lot of senior dogs. So really a lot of them are probably the pandemic puppies that people realized they didn't have as much time for as they thought.
When you add a new pet to your home, no matter what type of animal it is, it's key to show your new family members some patience and grace as they get settled in.
To tell people, takes 3 days to start to decompress, 3 weeks to learn your schedule, and 3 months to really feel at home. And we do get dogs in here that are like just perfect little baby angels and immediately transition beautifully into their home.
And if you bring a new pet from Fayetteville Animal Services home and you're worried it isn't working out, just call them. They're here to help you and your new family member.
Questions, feel free to call us because we want to make it work. We want to be as helpful as possible.
All right, well, that's it for us here on this Friday. Thank you for joining us for the latest news and weather where you live. Have a great weekend.